And Elias Gerald joins us now, and he brought a present, the trophy on parade here. USC's latest national championship comes courtesy of men's indoor track and field. What was that experience like for you guys as a group to win it all?
I mean, man, it was something spectacular, to be honest with you, because this is something like our class had been talking about ever since we were recruited. Like, this is the legacy that USC has, like this national championship winning team. Like, track and field has the most national championships out of any sport.
Yep.
And so to finally see that, like, come to the forefront, be brought to life in real time, like, in my career, is just something so special. I'm so, like, happy to be a part of, with my team and everything. So.
What was that process like as a team? Because I know you weren't in the race, but there was a review period. It was kind of the anxiety was building. What was that whole moment like until you finally realized you guys were national champions?
I'm not gonna lie, it was probably the most stressful 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it was because before that, at the Big Ten championship, we thought we had won because we had beaten Oregon in the 4x4, and we were like all celebrating. We had went down to like the ceremony booth. We were like all ready to get like the trophy and celebrate, and then all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, the score updates, and then you see the Oregon on like the other side just like celebrating. We're all like, what's going on? Like, we're in the dark, we have no idea what's happening.
Wow.
And so when that happened at the national championship, I was getting flashbacks. I'm like, no, like everybody else was celebrating, but in my heart, in my gut, I was like,
you're like, wait,
I'm not like until the trophy is in my hands, I don't believe it. Like, I was scared. Like, for real.
Well, and speaking of that, I mean, everyone sees that, right? They see you lift the trophy. They see the final product. They see the end result, but they don't see all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Well, what did that look like this offseason or in preparation to finally get this goal and win a national championship here at USC?
I mean, overall, I would say it was like a major focus, change of mindset on the men's team since we had gotten third at the outdoor championships last year. We had, came together, had our team meeting. We're like, we have all the tools we need. The proof is in the pudding. Like, all we got to do is just make it happen. We just got to grind with our heads down for just the indoor season, prepare all fall, and we are the best team in the NCAA. All we have to do is just make it snap that day, and we were able to make it snap, and so we brought it home.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You're listening to Elias Gerald on Trojans Live, and you're a high jumper. I don't even think we got into your event. You do long jump as well, right? But high jump is your specialty. How did that find you? How did you become a high jumper?
The journey to be a high jumper. Actually, so I started high jumping my freshman year of high school, actually. I'd been doing track like almost my whole life, starting like 5th grade, and I was like a long jumper, hurdler. And I remember I was sitting with my mom at a middle school meet one day, and they didn't have hurdles at the middle school level where I'm from in Utah. And so I would go and long jump, and I'd sit the entire track. Man, I was so bored. And at the middle school level, everything was like pretty chill. Like, you can just kind of like do whatever. Yeah. And so my mom was like, you should go try high jump. And it was literally in a parking lot. Like, they had the high jump pit on the asphalt in the parking lot. People were jumping in like basketball shoes. I was like, shoot, why not? I'm gonna go try it, right? So I show up, and I'm like, yo, I'm Elias. Like, can I sign up? They're like, sure, whatever. So I go out, compete, and I had won that meet at the middle school level. I was like, okay, I guess I'll just try again and again. And then I ended up having a really natural knack for it. And then I just kind of kept doing it ever since, and I just had a good God-given gift for it. So it's a real blessing.
From parking lot to national champion.
Parking lot to national champion, bro. What a ride.
What a ride. It's crazy, too. Speaking of the ride, you guys are already in outdoor track season. No rest for the weary.
No.
What was that mental switch to now suddenly be in another season?
It was crazy to kind of go from like celebrating. It almost felt like the end, but like we switched just directly into it directly afterwards, right? So going from competing at like a national championship to, coming back to like a home meet is just kind of showing like the extent of the track season is so long.
Yeah.
In comparison to a lot of other sports, like you'll be starting in like January and you won't stop until like June. And so it's a long run sport, slow burning sport. And so a lot of the times what you have to do is prepare yourself for that long run, for that slow burn. And so when in terms of our training, one of the main things that we would like to do is make sure we're not overworking, overstressing. It's really easy to do that, especially when you have a national championship on the line and you really want to win. You got to remember the big picture. That's the most important thing I would say, because the best ability is availability.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so national champion, All-American, you've done it all. Motorcycle enthusiast, right? So I saw on Instagram.
And the motorcycle jacket. Look at that.
I know.
I got
So
my moto jacket.
I couldn't. I had to ask this. I couldn't let it go. So I saw on your Instagram, you're riding your bike around and all that. Where did that come about? Did you ride always as a kid, or did you kind of pick that up in college,
Nope.
and that's something that you kind of just fell in love with?
I just picked it up in college. When I was in high school, like around my junior year, senior year, I was like, I want to learn something new. I want to like learn a new skill. And I was like, riding a motorcycle sounds cool. Like I rode like mountain bikes just on like spring breaks and whatnot, just for fun. And I was like, you know what? Like, why not just go out and try to get a license? And I got my license in Utah. I came out here and I bought my motorcycle, and I fell in love like the second I threw my leg over that bike. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is my thing. And when I came in, they were going over the team rules at the beginning of the year. One of them was like, no dangerous activities.
Oh, goodness.
That was going to be my follow-up. What do the
like-
coaches think about it?
Oh, it took them a while to kind of get,
Warm
acclimated,
up to
accustomed to it, because they were like, Elias, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come home from a track meet, and the first thing I'll do is I go out on a ride, and just to kind of like, shoot off some steam, just kind of enjoy the air, shoot the breeze on like a Sunday afternoon. But I told my coaches, like, I wear full gear and whatnot. I obviously practice all road safety laws and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
I'm try to be a responsible defensive driver, but it's a really big passion of mine.
Yeah, it's cool. If you guys get a chance, go check his Instagram out. It's some pretty cool videos of that.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
I
some more
have,
coming.
There you go.
I have a history of high jumping question. When in the course of human history did we decide that jumping backwards was a better way to go over a bar
Jordan's getting
than
into the
jumping
technique
forward?
right now.
Oh yeah. So the initial way was called the Western roll.
They
right?
must
And
have
you
jumped
go-
forwards first.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, had
and
to.
not only did they land in like on a soft pad, they landed in sawdust, like a straight up sawdust pit. So they would land like on their feet, and they would be jumping like pretty crazy
Like
heights
long
as
jump
well.
over a bar.
Yeah, essentially. So
Yeah.
you jump as high as you can, and
Yeah.
then they also did the same thing for pole vault as well. They would fall down like 10, 11 feet.
Pole
in the
vault
air.
seems medieval, like they were trying to get over like castle walls and they figured out pole vault.
Let's
Yeah.
see who's good at this. Yeah.
But I actually met the guy that changed the technique of high jump for the better. His name
Wow.
is Dick
Oh, wow.
Fosbury.
Yeah.
I met him when I was a sophomore in high school. This was sophomore year was my COVID year. That was 2020.
Wow.
At the Simplot Games, he was a special guest in attendance, and I had placed like third, I think, at high jump that year, and so I was able to like shake his hand. Dude's hands were huge. I'm not gonna lie, his hands were massive, but really cool guy. Super. May he rest in peace. He passed away a couple of years ago, but. Honestly, like I've attempted the Western roll where you run from the opposite side and you throw your leg over. It hurts.
Jordan's asking the question. We need to get Jordan out there. You can show him a little bit. Get a little behind the scenes video.
It would break my body. Better you than me, man. You're a national champ. No one can take that away from you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations
Congrats.
to you and your teammates, and good luck in an outdoor season. You guys are you going to LSU with them this weekend?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, the trip for the team is the Battle on the Bayou this weekend. But lots more to come with outdoor track season, so good luck the rest of the way. Don't wait until game time to plan for retirement. Open your free iTrust Capital account today and get your crypto IRA. iTrust Capital is the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans. Another team that'll be national title hunting this spring is USC women's water polo. Their stud freshman Emily Osmus is next on Trojans Live.